Emmanuel, God is with us. I got a couple of these white Amaryllis. I think this is White Christmas. This one has 2 flowers on it that I can see. And then this one just has 1 bulb coming up so far. I'm hopeful that it will have another one come up. And I scored this really beautiful poinsettia with my gift certificate at Home Depot. And I took the wax off this one. I showed you that. And I'm just going to plop it in here with the poinsettia. Because poinsettias grow outside in my area. Some people put a poinsettia in the ground and it becomes a 3-foot tall plant. But I just buy new poinsettias every year because I don't want it in the ground. It's not a plant that I like except at Christmas. If somehow this plant will stay in the pot for me, I'm going to put it in my little greenhouse area as decor. If somehow this plant manages to survive in a pot, maybe I'll repot it up. I'd be okay with that until next Christmas. But I'm going to do an arrangement with the Amaryllis that are much easier for me to keep than this is. Yeah. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I got 1 in here. I'm going to take the plastic off this one. It has 3 blooms. It has 2 blooms in it. These are the biggest bulbs I've ever been able to get from Home Depot. So I'm very happy that they're carrying the wax bulbs because this bulb online will cost me 30 bucks. Yeah. Or this late in the season, maybe 20 bucks. But if I buy it online and it's not a wax bulb, it won't be started, so I won't get a bloom for before Christmas. And I want a bloom before Christmas. All I got to do is stick this in here. I'm not going to put any more dirt. It will use whatever dirt this poinsettia has. So that's what I'm doing there. Emmanuel, God is with us. What do you do if you see these really huge bulbs in wax at your hardware store? But you know in the wax the bulb won't last. And you want to keep the bulb? And you want a big bulb like this? The other bulbs aren't this big. All you got to do is you see these little holes? You can just peel here. You don't have to use a knife if you're patient like me. Once you dig a little hole in there, just get to going. Eventually, it'll start to chip off. Just look for places where it's chipping and keep going. I'm going to go off camera and keep digging until I get to 1 in here. And then I'll show you how a chunk comes up. I told you a chunk would come up. So see there? I'm getting it. That's why I start where they already have a little hole. Now I got a chunk coming up. Soon as I get to 1 in, I'll show you how I use the scissor. Right now, see how I'm pulling? See that? And I think this part here, yeah, see, it just comes right off. And I'm going to peel it. I'm not going to pick this off. I'm going to try and peel it. See? You can wait, like you can leave this on and grow your bulb like that and not have to water all Christmas. And then for next year, you can water. But I want to fertilize my plants so I can get more. So I'll show you when I get to the next level. But you kind of get the idea. I'm just going to peel around. I'm feeling like they kind of tricked me by double waxing the bulb. Because I thought the bulb was bigger than it actually is. So I pulled off a layer of wax here. And I'm going to have to do the same thing with this first layer. But you see how I just pulled it off in a strip. So on the second layer, I found an imperfection, and that's where I want to go for. It just makes it easier if it's a little bubble. And you see, I don't have big nails, but this wax is soft. And I have hit pay dirt. If you wait until after the bulb flowers, the wax will be harder, but then you can use a knife. Since they just wax these to sell them, it's soft. And I'm gonna do like I did before and just keep going around in a circle. I should point something out to you that I'm doing. I'm going down, I'm making sure I apply downward pressure so that I don't have to start all over again finding a weak point. Okay? Gotta be real careful of that. It's trying to stop me now. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Okay, now we come to another critical point. They have cellophane under here to seal the moisture into the bulb at the bottom where the roots would be. So you have to, let me pick it a little bit more. So you have to, at this point, pull this back and get the scissor into the cellophane. So you're gonna have to cut the cellophane, okay? So just letting you know that. So I gently have the scissor in the cellophane, like so. And now I'm gonna keep on at it, and I will have to cut the cellophane all the way down to here. It won't peel like the wax. And we'll have to do a little bit special at the very end. Now we get to the bottom here, and you see, you have to be very, very gentle with it because it's like they may have glued it to the bottom. And so I want this thing to root. And so I don't want to just rip the ability of the plant to root out. So I'm being really careful with this to try to save the plant's ability to make it in the world for me. I don't know, maybe that's a root there, so that's a good sign. So I just wanted to tell you that. Don't just rip this thing off. This is the most important part. You know, whatever they got it. Did you hear that noise and see? So I've got all my rooting stems there, so I don't have to. If you wait until after the holiday and after it's bloomed, this will be completely dead, and maybe a few roots will be from up here because they have cut into that. See how they cut into that? Yeah. So you can see some black roots and stuff like that. So that's a challenge. Hope that helped you.